northeast funnel of squads. We'll see, though, as we head into the second half of the day, if things can be turned around for these teams. I mean, we're seeing some great starts by these teams, by CLG, by NRG, but it's something about the mid game where they're having a little bit more difficulty navigating that one. We'll see if they can shore up those weaknesses. We'll also see how much the ring plays into this one as well.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more chaos than they're used to, honestly, because teams like Lonely Fans, even in the mid game last time, were going for these aggressive pushes that perhaps we just don't see as much practice in at the super high levels of play from before, but now definitely taking on a little bit more of an aggressive meta as the teams compete for the top 3 spots. And like you say, a slice of that money that is on the line here at the Invitational. As we're dropping down onto World's Edge again, though, I can only wait to see what sorts of good fortune this brings us.
Game number 4 dropping down right into World's Edge. As you can see, Cloud9 and TSM flying past your screens into Frag. We have X Set that have been dropping into Harvester, I believe, as well. The question is, where has Lonely Fans been for their drop? I'm not entirely too familiar with where they're going for these games so far, and so I would like to check in with them.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get an idea of where they like to drop, because honestly, I don't blame you. Until now, they had really been flying under the radar. Now we get a peek of them. Seems like they're in this south edge of the map here, around rather right inside of Lava City. Again, if I'm not mistaken, I'm terrible at reading that minimap.
Yeah, Spitfire coming out for Dolo negative, white armor still as well, but it is Lava City. They should be able to find a lot more than this, and typically this is where we would see throughout the regular season, we would see Prodigy Aces in them, Team Cheez-It down here, but this has been left open for them. I believe just to their southwest over at Dome is going to be Team Intel, and we do have the ring. It looks like it is pulling up north. If we can take a moment to look at that, I would love that.
Yeah, we'll get an idea then of what teams are favored, and it looks like we're actually getting almost the same rings as last time, yet another epicenter, and we'll see who ends up benefiting off of this, because last time, of course, we got a lot of early action right just down south of Fragment East, rather, but this time, maybe teams a little bit more wary of the shenanigans that have gone down there before, take safer or later rotations.
Yeah, Survey Camp is going to be a high focus here for the teams that are rotating in early, playing the train platform outside the beacon, just to the southwest as well. Could be a position for teams to hold. Those are really great positions just because you have great sight lines for errant third-party shots. And right now on board with the Pittsburgh Knights, they are over here at Sorting Factory. They've got double blue armors on Bronzy and Mercy. Asura has himself that purple armor, so a great start for them. And whatever else they pick up, it looks like plenty of loot as well. So let's go ahead and keep swapping around. Ooh, never mind, gold armor for Mercy.
Jackpot, and you're going to be very happy about that. It provides them a lot of efficiency coming into the mid game. You'll always be able to pick up red shields later when you do manage to knock down a squad, but you can kind of farm them off of other players more than you can yourself. Cutting over to Charlotte Phoenix, though, who are in our next zone up here by Epicenter, looking to take that top spot. I don't think they suspect anybody is up there, although the pings come down, and they certainly sniffed out something.
Yeah, NRG on their rotate, coming through stage and getting into train yard, are able to find 303 and get those kills. Here's CLG on their early rotate now, as they find themselves on the western side of Epicenter here, not too far away from where we had the squad just beforehand for Charlotte Phoenix. So we'll see how deep CLG try to rotate in on this one. I'd be surprised if this ring continues to pull into Epicenter. I highly think this one is going to go over to Survey Camp. Holding this ridge line can be good for them, especially for a squad that's sitting on a white armor. Vaxlon still on that white, and so they're going to want to be a bit more proactive here in the early game to get him set up for the late.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of safety holding the edge to be able to drop back, heal up without any real contest coming through. So CLG at the moment are going to stick around here, not wanting to push into that center and risk it all, although they are opening themselves up to flanks from desperate teams looking to escape the clutches of whoever holds that center zone. around the explosion of ice. It looks like it's going to be CLT, Charlotte Phoenix, taking that high ground right now by storm.
We need to hold it though. Here comes the EMP, and that has to be Team Razor coming in. That's the squad that's been running that crypto. I don't know if anyone else is. It's been hard to tell. But right now, they do have, of course, the zip lines covered, and so no team really trying to push them quite yet. No knocks as well, and so that should be enough to dissuade them, as it looks like actually CLG coming for the third party. So they take out Era throughout all of that now, but they are getting third party themselves, and they have to back off. Backlon goes down. Xset are here. Clean picking up 2, and Rambo will finish off Lou. Once again, CLG going down in their early game, and so they might even fall further behind on the leaderboard.
Finished off so quickly too, and it feels like that third party just caught them completely off guard. Push now does leave Xset with complete dominion over the bottom of Epicenter, and a nice rotation out. Do have to be worried about Charlotte Phoenix on top of them. TSM holding another edge over here, are going to be farming up the shields just fine, thank you, with a charge rifle on Imperial Hal, really laying down the hurt. And speaking of laying down the hurt, doesn't seem like it stops there. Timmy, what you doing with that laser gun?
Oh man, Blueberry Smalls getting finished off as well, but it looked like that squad was just in between a rock and Will Timmy here, as he's going to continue to try and chase him down, only hitting for the 12 on that one. But now they might turn their focus on the squad that's still up top, as it looks like it was MSP that was actually forcing Lonely Fans into Team Timmy.
That's a tough spot to be in, very, very clearly. And MST, a squad to be respected, so Team Timmy looking like they're going to take the long way around back off here, but the ring is closing, and though it is just that first zone, you don't want to find yourself in a position where you have to push or suffer via that ring burn. So playing it slow right here could come back to bite them. NRG, though, not going to play it slow at all. Running in with shotguns ablaze here, right on top of G2, and they're going to wipe them out quick.
And I was wondering when NRG would start hovering and watch the rotates coming out from NRG to take them out. Well, now is the time for them. NRG got themselves into a lot of trouble in the fourth zone of last game. This time around, they're going to play a little bit more edge here. They're really benefiting from it. They have a number of kills. They should have, I believe, 4 kill points overall. Might be 5, even though we only see the 2 on screen. As we join on board with Team Intel. They might have Team Timmy in front of them. We did have Team Timmy actually turning around and making their way back in through Lava City. They do have the bubble going down, as you have Panders quick on their heels, trying to hit them with all sorts of ordnance here. Will back away, though, as they weren't able to get the knocks. A little bit disconnected as Panders has continued to chase, but the rest of the squad is backed off. They've got to be careful here. Oh, it might just be Lonely Fans are actually good getting away. So you saw 00 negative bleeding out there. And so Team Intel were just trying to pick up the remnants of that squad. So, okay, this was actually a safe push for them.
As scary as it looked there, especially with Panders extending, but the bleed out is going to end up actually giving them a few points, and at the very least, they've got themselves a little bit of a better position. Heading over to Panders right now, R6 and Metrode, maybe hoping for the rotate that can come with that Valkyrie to avoid a little bit of the ring damage, but Metrode is a little far behind, so this is actually going to deal quite a bit. What it will do, however, is delay their encounters with any other squads, especially when it comes to actually being inside that ring, and maybe give them a little bit of an unexpected edge, because nobody thinks you're going to hang out in ring 1 forever.
Yeah, they've got plenty of tools for the rotate as well, and they have a balloon right there, and like you said, they've got the Valkyrie ultimate. Team Liquid, a team that shouldn't be moving anytime soon, as they've got this high ground. They changed up their comp once again, so no Caustic for them, no Valkyrie for them. They're going back to the Bloodhound, Gibraltar, and the oh my gosh, I want to say Crypto, I want to say Caustic. It's not. There we go, Octane. Thank you so much. But Team Liquid are going to be fine up here for a while. They can just hold on to this. Coming out with a great loot over by Trials. They've got the double gold armor along with the purple on Muffins. So they're sitting pretty. They're not going to be one for anything for some time now.
Now it gives them a lot of safety, and definitely the ability to play a little bit of these poke fights and win them just via war of attrition. Cutting over to the Timmy squad, though, seems like we found ourselves a kill, as that's going to be MSP. going down. They've still got a few members around, trying to run out of ring here. The health bars are low. That's Flesh found by Timmy, and they're pushing for the kills.
The lurk coming out from Team Timmy. It's all down to Panders now, as he might actually have been able to get away. Six might have. Never mind. He's still stuck over here, and so Panders just used that redeploy in the middle of Geyser to take that. We'll see how long Team Timmy actually hover around here. There's an opportunity for Panders to try and get his team back into the game, as Team Timmy are playing on the edge right now, and so they're gonna have to start moving, and it looks like they will leave the banners, and so there is going to be an opportunity now for Panders. Here's Team Xset though, the squad that took out CLG, making their next push. They have a full squad underneath them already with a knock as well. Bubble has gone down. They do have to be careful of the drop down from above them, and so they're just going to go ahead and back away, play this one a little bit more cautiously now. We have an idea of where the ring is pulling as well. It is going to continue to go over towards the survey side, some of Fragment in as well.
And retreating back here to safety, though, buys Xset a lot of time, and we'll see if they can make that push that they wanted happen. There it is, taking down Kodagami of Charlotte Phoenix. Now, an easy cleanup there for Xset to be able to get themselves yet another kill. Currently holding the kill leader spot is Klain, and don't want that to be challenged by any inconspicuous squads that might sneak up on them, take their lives. So we'll head back to his team with the gold shield, has plenty of heals right now. Playing it safe, playing it slow, most importantly.
They should also note, of course, they've got that crypto. If they wanted to, they can hold that position below and just keep tapping that beacon, but it looks like they'll opt to play a little bit more proactive here instead of waiting that one out. The crypto does have a lot of range to pick up that beacon, and so they can honestly play this anywhere. There is a natty spawn just to the northeast as well, and it looks like Klain does have his eyes set on it for now. But they're clearing out a lot of this northern side. A good number of teams have died down here, and so we'll see if any more teams try to rotate here to the northeast side. But with this ring pulling away from Epicenter, I don't really expect it. So things should slow down. We are down to 14 squads as round 2 finishes closing, and NRG are on the northern side of this zone right now.
Right on the edge. This is a nice position for them. Unspotted as of yet. Will Lazarus keep their eyes down in Epicenter onto the small dragon's lair that we've seen start to build up down there. Gonna spot out somebody on the southern end. Not Panders. I'm still looking for... There he is! Flying through the sky is Panders, and I'm dubious about his chances of survival, but let's find out how long he can do it once he touches down. I'm going to say 3, 2... No, he's still alive. All right. Well, let's see.
Yep, he's able to somehow stay alive throughout all of that. I'm surprised that no one really took a shot at him mid-air, especially spotting out that it was a solo. He's, I believe... only rat in the game, but there is... oh boy, he's about to go down. No, it's actually going to be Muffins going down here, as NRG was able to find someone on the northern side, just outside of Survey Camp. Rocker narrowly escaping death as he throws down that bubble, but he's got the rest of his squad covering for him, applying pressure onto the rest of Team Liquid now, as the scout shots do connect onto Nocturnal from Rocker. There's a beautiful spray out as Lazarus trying to come in for the third party, but this might be a bad third party as we didn't see any trades on the other side. Good shots. It's connecting with 2 at the very least, but Always Senpai does back away now. Lazarus forcing NRG back onto the train tracks.
This is going to be actually a pretty holdable spot for now. Lazarus still very much in control of the high ground. Do need to be wary of any flanks themselves, but have at least claimed a few death boxes. This is a nice place for the rotation. Can spot out anybody trying to make their way into Epicenter from that north side, namely somebody like NRG, who could be coming in any second. Lazarus do have that additional little bit of safety. What they don't have in spades is kills. They didn't quite get that third-party dream there, and don't have the extra points that should be coming with their aggressive positioning, and that is something they need to look to amend very quickly, because we're closing in on that final ring where Lazarus have struggled quite a bit.
Hey, DSM have made it to top 13 in this game. We'll see if they can break double digits here. They'll need a few more kills, but they are looking to get aggressive now as the Beast of the Hunt has been popped from Imperial Hal. He does get some decent shots off and got that 30-30 repeater watching his back as well as Imperial Hal gets that first knock onto Klein. In a little bit more though, and Snipedown is still trying to hold it down on the backside. They're not going to try and thirst this one as they back away. Hal might go for a repeat though, we'll see. Goes for the scan now as he will try to secure that thirst for himself, but looks like Xset might have been able to get out of danger. Defensive bombardment has been used as well, so they should be able to recover. Imperial Hal is keeping an eye on it for now, though, as his Beast of the Hunt does run out. Here on the northwest side, it's Team Razor that have found themselves in a small engagement. Mr. Hakulo has taken a lot of damage, but was able to get that bat off now. Defensive bombardment coming down from Zara Tricky. I don't know if this one actually lands on top of that squad. Might force them down into this bridge here, but Zeratricky has to be careful. That Arcstar almost hitting him. Here comes the EMP out from Tech, and Zeratricky goes for the peak, but it looks like the drone got cleared, and Zeratricky gets baited out. It's going to be NRG on the other side of this by getting that first knock, but Hakulo in their face with the EVA 8 gets the trade back onto Rocker. They get the knock onto Nathan as well, but Sweet is still alive, and Tech will fall. Here comes Cloud9 for the third party to pick it up, and SSG show up for the action as well. Cloud9 backed into a corner, but you have to be careful with Cloud9. They can still scrap with the best of them, especially when they have the armor swaps. Defensive bombardment has gone down. It looks like Cloud9 have some cover to work off of now, but here's SSG finding the flank as the Niles doesn't get the knock quite yet, and somehow Cloud9 weather the storm. It's not over yet as SSG finds that flank on the right-hand side, but he's getting shot from behind as well. They get the first knock, and it's all up to Zach Mazer here, left in the 1v3, as SSG will clean that one up. Cloud9 knocked out once again.
Great capitalization, though, from SpaceStation Gaming to knock out one of our top contenders, and look at the spoils that they get as well. All these death boxes awaiting them right here is wonderful for this squad to be able to get themselves that ammo back up, get any of the utility that they burned, and be able to continue what they're hoping will be a reign of dominance. We cut over to Timmy, though, and that has certainly been a dominant squad so far. So much individual talent here, lasering down opponents left and right. We're seeing it once again here as Timmy goes aggressive underneath his own building, playing defensive, playing the kills at the same time, and gets a great jump pad right back up to take himself to safety.
Yeah, beautiful tap strafes coming out from Timmy here. Honestly, as a content creator, he is just so damn good. But here's TSM now. It's Imperial Hal left to his own as Xset get the revenge, and TSM are just hating themselves for not actually finishing them off. But here comes Lazarus now making the push. The bubble has been used from either side as the defensive bombardment goes down. Hundreds wants to keep them outside as they utilize their PKs and all their shotguns. They'll be able to take out RNG. As Pittsburgh Knights now here in the epicenter, still holding it down. Mercy was considering throwing down that defensive bombardment as we get the kill onto Timmy. We're down to 6 squads remaining now.
Lazarus might make it 5 here as they've already lost one member. Hunter is going to go down. That's the signal for a push if there ever was any, but it's so hard to hold down this position here. Crypto Drone going to be able to land that EMP. They're getting flanked from behind. Dank knows that it's happening, but he can't stop it, and they are just getting hemmed in here and mowed through by Xset once again.
We're now down to 4 squads remaining. Pittsburgh Knights do have to move out of here, but Charlotte Dinks, I believe, on the other side of Kasura going down as Nicewig will fall. So Team Timmy knocked out. Final 3 squads remaining. Remind, it's going to be PK. It's going to be Xset along with SpaceStation Gaming for this final circle. Even if it even gets there, it's round 5, and that's going to have to close up first. We'll see, though. Knights have quite the rotation ahead of them. They're going to really need that jump pad to try and contest this here. As SpaceStation Gaming, they have their eyes set on PK just to their south.
Everybody's watching that northern end of Fragment, knowing that there was just fighting there. You can hear the gunshots, and PK, they've got a mountain to climb, quite literally, in front of them towards that last zone. You can see, though, Xset on the flank could try and pull SpaceStation Gaming's attention away. Gonna play this patiently while Klein waits for the push, for the third-party trigger to be pulled.
Niles is keeping track of Xset, though, on the eastern side as Klein is trying to find that flank as He heals up, and so now SSG are being pulled two ways, finding a two-front war here, as we do have the Pittsburgh Knights pushing up out of their buildings now up the hill, and it's going to be the full commit out from Xset and from SSG. This might be the opportunity that PK were looking for, defensive bombardment as the smoke clears. Now the bubble's going to go down very shortly here, and it's going to be the full send coming out from SSG on top of Xset. No, they drop down to the low, trying to survive for a little bit longer here. Now they set Xset has the sandwich in between the two squads, trying their best to survive. Zanile is bleeding out, but Drop is going for that res. In this moment of respite might be enough, but here comes the Knights. They've turned the tables on both of these teams now, as they have the high ground. They've taken out Xset, and now it's all up to SSG here on the low ground here, as the Knights are trying to work with their utility, try to force them out from behind that cover. But it could be a moment now before anything happens. Cheeky little jump pad to try and force someone out, but Asura does not actually bounce anyone out of this position here. It's going to be a very tense situation, as SSG are the ones that are going to have to push out of cover first.
Yeah, this is a nearly impossible situation for SSG. There's a chance that they clutch it, but they need to find a pick. They need to make the Knights just that one member weaker, because right now this high ground is everything. With only these 6 players left, it's gonna come right down to the nails here. 19 seconds on that ring close. Jump pad comes out to try and get SSG a little bit of a better position right here. They find the high ground, they drop the bubble. The heals need to come out now. This is the chance to reset here. The push comes in from the Knights though, but already having fell once, they make it 2, and this could be the clutch from SSG as they win game 4.
SSG taking game number 4 here, and so now it's basically becomes anyone's game with 2 games remaining to try and take the win here for the series events. We're going to take a short break. When we get back, we'll have game number 5 right after this.
We're going to do it in 3, 2.